Hello. Um, Excuse the hair. I have not actually started my day yet. But just for the record, I was up before noon today, for those of you that want to make fun of me about that constantly. Um, anyway, so I read something today talking about choices. And in every situation, you have a choice. It doesn't matter what it is. And it kind of resonated with me because of the choices I've made over the years, and certain ones um, are still choices. And with every situation you're in, you have to make a decision, and there's always these choices lingering. And I'm a firm believer in the universe, giving us these choices, my spirituality being part of the universe. And so I kind of view it as people are put in our path, decisions, options are put in our path. We have to take the information and make informed decisions, which is what I've always tried to teach my kids, make educated decisions. One of mine is to record a video to put on Instagram with my hair looking like this. The point is you take these options, these choices, and you gotta examine them. Knee-jerk reactions a lot of times don't work out well. Sometimes you have to make them, but they don't always work out well for me. So when you see these options, the choices that you have down either path, and you make a decision, it has to be a decision that you can live with. You choose the option based on whatever information you have, and you try to make the best decision possible. So some of the choices that are handed to you, for example, buy a house, buy a car, drink a beer, smoke a blunt, these are all choices that can lead to good things and to, bad things based on what decision you make. I've made choices that weren't exactly the right choice or the right decision, but I owned up to them. And, it still sucks that you make a bad decision, but you can't sit back and say, oh, well, what choice did I have? Well, there's always a choice. We always have a choice. And it's just like, somebody says, well, I have no choice but to, go to work or stay in a relationship. Well, no, you do. You just may not want to do what you have to do, So going to work, who wants to go to work? But you have a choice. You don't have to, but then you might starve. To stay in a relationship, you have a choice. You can stay or you can go. There's still a choice. If you stay, you know what you're dealing with. If you really aren't happy and you want to take the other road, the other option, the other choice, life's going to be different. What are you going to have to do to survive, to be happy? So, we always have a choice, no matter how bad the situation is. It just, there are options. Choose A, choose B. But you have to be prepared when you make that decision based on the option that you took, the choices that you had. You have to be prepared for whatever the outcome is, whether it's good or bad. I made decisions with different choices, different options that I haven't. I didn't weigh it out. I was selfish and I did what I wanted to do, which are things that, I've had to change over the years. And we all want to be able to control what we want. Because by nature, people are selfish to a certain degree, at least I believe anyway. And sometimes it's hard to let go of that selfishness and to move on, and take the other road, So those, in some cases, those choices are still there. Those options are still there. You can still, make a decision, to change that. You didn't like this car, you should have bought the other one. Okay, well, next time I won't buy this type of car, which sounds kind of dumb. You know, best example I guess I can really give you is in a relationship. You didn't like the way this one worked out. Okay, so in the next relationship, you know what you don't want. So make sure you run from those things, because in the previous relationship you weren't happy. Um, but at the end of the day, we cannot control everything, but we can control what we do, and we can't control some of those options, some of those choices, but we can control how we decide to, live, to become who we are, to be happy, to be, figuring it all out for yourself. So that's yeah, that's what I have today, and that's kind of the thought this afternoon. So anyway, I hope someone somewhere watched it, and maybe it resonated. So make those active changes. Take yourself out of the selfishness, and kind of talk to your spiritual side. I talk to my spirit guides a lot, and it's very helpful. So there's constantly lessons to learn and everything, good or bad. So a lot of those come from decisions that you've made based on the choices you were given. So at the end of the day, make an informed decision, and one that you can live with. Love and hugs. Namaste.